Welcome to our first EP collab, man. Oakland Vallejo, the Bay Area, stand up. I'm from that town. She from Vallejo. Said let's collab. She said okay. We all should play. Hot potato. Whoever got the hottest challenges with it. It's me, I'm the best. Like creative players on hunters, no less. The lines in your forehead just told me you stress it. Got G-O-D on me side. Ooh, he blessed me. All these lies they tell it's a vaccine. They're acting it's so bad like it's wrestling. Keep my circle so small it's insane. If you made the cut then you're part of my team. Just like blowing that plank off strikes no gutter. Attracted to the mind but I like mine's hooder. She gotta have a pretty face too.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I am Mrs. Best. We have James here from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. Link is in the description to follow his channel. We're here to go over Love and HipHop Atlanta, season 11, episode 23, Day of Our Lies. This episode was okay. There's a lot of like little moments that were spread out, but overall it was an okay episode. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Amy, Luciani, Carly Red, and the Bam. They all meet and discuss dating. Amy and Carly were rehearsing for the song they've done. Thank God, because Carly needs the rehearsal. Basically, they talked a bunch about their dating and the things going on, but Carly says that her man hides the phone and lies about his whereabouts. Carly, we are about to go through another Carly Red breakup, y'all. I am saying it. I am speaking it into existence. Season after season, she's breaking up with a man or a friend.
It's like, man.
He has the words.
No, I have the words. I'm just too much of a gentleman to say it, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Carly, try women. Try women. I say this to men too. Like men who always complain about women being a problem and stuff and how women are shady and this and that. I always tell them, try men. Because maybe that's the problem. Maybe you're not meant to be with one. Maybe you're meant to be with one of your own. Because maybe you'll get along better with that.
You might be right.
You might be right.
I mean, nothing else has worked. And they even joke about how many rings she's had. It's been so many. Next thing we see is Yandy interested in getting into politics while on a date in an empty place with Mendici. They try to speak about her cousin. That's not my cousin. That's my sister. You're not about to make this man acknowledge your cousin as your sister. You can be as close to your cousin as a sister, but that is not your fucking sister. And I am sick of hearing about it. So Yandy and them, at least they're on the show. I will say this. Rashida, Kirk, please kick them off the show and decline their contract because we ain't seen these people. I don't know if they're coming back. Doesn't look like they'll be back. And we don't miss them. And the show's doing just fine without Rashida's biased ass, who, just saying. So moving along, you guys, we did see Jock and Kendra go to the mall. He performs. He did good. I was cracking up. My husband said, damn, people still like that song, huh? I said, that's all.
If Jim Jones could still perform We Fly High and on present time today, then Jock can definitely perform It's Going Down.
I was cracking up. I said, damn, Jock, he had other hits, but no one really. I knew when It's Going Down came out and how big it got. I was like, oh, this guy would be a one-hit wonder. Like, we might get him on some features, which we did, but, thank God he found radio, right? Moving it along, nothing really happened. I didn't even know why they showed Jock and Kendra because we didn't really come back to them.
I thought for sure they was going to reveal that baby mama and to Kendra. And I thought for sure this was going to be the beat up. I was waiting for it. I was like, watch that baby mama just pop up out of nowhere. He go, hey, Kendra, what's that lady named Gloria?
Yeah.
Yeah, this Gloria. I just pictured it in my head.
You sound just like her. Hey, Kendra.
This Gloria. And Kendra going to be like, Jesse, I told you I wasn't going to talk to her. I told you I didn't want to meet her. And I'm going to be like, Kendra? Because I said y'all last week she was ignorant for what she said. I'm still standing on that. Because
you can't accept the child without accepting their mother if the child is at the age where you're going to have to co-parent. And as a step parent, if you're doing it the healthy way, you're going to have to co-parent. So
Yes.
if you choose to take them back, that means you chose to take him, Gloria, and the little child. So I get
well,
that.
my thing is if you could be cool with Grandma Jaws over there with her messy ass, shout out to Bondi Blue, then you could be friends with Gloria because she seems unproblematic. At least she seems that way. I don't know Gloria.
I don't think that, because you got to remember, Gloria thought that these two were together when she slept with Jock, and still allowed herself to be pregnant and hold a child by a man who was publicly married to someone else. Like, we look at it from Jock's and Kendra's perspective because that's what we see. But we have to remember, like Kendra reminded us, this lady thought that they were together, still opened her legs, did so without a condom, let the nut sit, created a child, and then held the pregnancy while he was publicly with his female getting married. So to me, I'm just like, Gloria is not unproblematic because anybody that puts himself in that type of situation is either used to mess or likes mess.
Well, okay, she might not be she might be problematic, but what I'm saying is that even if she is, he still had the baby with her, and
she still has
you're still his wife. Technically, you need to have some form of relation with this lady because there's no way. I know a woman that's just gonna hand her baby off, and I know who the wife is.
It's kind of like, sometimes I also have the perspective of like, one day, I don't know, one day Jock gonna get tired of Kendra's bitching because I feel like they're gonna be 70 and she's still gonna be bringing this shit up. And I'm telling you, one day Jock gonna be tired of it. They say if you love somebody, love them enough to let them go. Honestly, I felt this way about Jock. You had 13 kids and 7 courts of children or whatever the hell. And to get with somebody who had a good career, didn't have children and stuff, like, to some extent, no matter how you put it, even if he never cheated, now this woman who had no kids and a career has all this baggage, PTA meetings, fucking packing bologna sandwiches.
The thing about it is the smart woman who knew this man who actually can Google the Yelp reviews and the Google reviews and everything like that could have just said, "Oh no, sorry, sir, you come up with too much baggage and luggage. There's too much going on around here. I thank you. We could just be friends." And
it goes both ways. I know it just goes both ways. If you know you have that many kids, especially that are young with that many baby mamas, I think when you dating people, that should be like one of the first things out your mouth. I got 6 kids and 6 baby mamas. All right.
And half of them are messy.
Yeah, like
it's like, you
ahead of time,
right? Like,
dodge the bullet that she caught. Now the bitch can't be removed. Shit, they irritate me, y'all.
They do. Jack and Kendra, absolutely. That's why I said if couple retreat come back and they own it, I will not recap it. I'm not recapping it at all.
Lord. So we did see Scrappy and Mama D talk. Mama D, I need you to stop wearing crop tops. You listen, Mama D's in great fucking shape. She is. But this is an older woman. And as we all age, it's going to happen to me one day. We going to have to stop wearing certain things. Someone close to me went through this too, and I actually showed her Mama D on TV and was like, I love you, and this is what I see when I see you in a crop top. And I'm not going to say who it is or any of that to be respectful, but Mama D, stop it. Mama D is really just crazy as hell, and I love her for it. But they talk about the cease and desist, and Mama D's just over there funny as hell when she told that story about receiving it from Carl. And I was mad. I was frustrated. I threw the glass, but not at her. I threw the glass on the ground because I was so frustrated. I said, that bitch could die and burn. I said, wait a minute. Wait.
Not all of that.
I said, Mama D. She cracks me up. She really do make me laugh. But they ain't talk about shit. Just a normal, unhealthy mother-son relationship. He's working on the house that he got because his auntie had to teach him about credit. Moving it along, we are then going to discuss Yandy and Spice. They're doing an event at Kentucky State University, which is an HBCU. They are doing an event with Until Freedom, which is Tamika Mallory's group, which they spoke out really and gained a lot of prevalence after Breonna Taylor, rest in peace to her and her mother, Tamika Pollard, when Breonna Taylor was murdered by the police because they don't know how the fuck to do their jobs. I'm going to say it that way because that's exactly what happened. This group started to speak up and out against a lot of civil rights issues in the African American community. So I respect them a lot. This is one of the reasons why I do like Yandy. I don't like Yandy on Love and Hip Hop, but I like what Yandy does outside of the show. She really does use the degree that she attained for good, and she does a lot for multiple communities, not just New York or not just Atlanta. So, and apparently she's a little jailbird. So, because of these protests. So I'm just like, I respect that. A lot of people will protest in terms of celebrities, but they won't allow themselves to get arrested. Yandy is sitting in the barracks with the people. So I respect that. Yandy basically brings up that she gonna need Tamika. We're talking to Tamika Mallory when she runs for councilwoman in Atlanta. And Tamika's face was funny as fuck, but I think she caught herself. It was like, I love that. Tamika, listen, I love what you do for Black lives and they do matter, but so do your face, baby. And it looked like you was like, what the hell is she thinking?
No, she said, no, her face, yeah, it's like, what the hell she thinking? But in her mind, she said, no, Yandy, come on, nigga.
You know damn well.
Yeah, for real. That coming out your mouth, you know that don't even sound right.
When my Yale Skincare sent in the free envelopes from the USPS. So, yeah. Y'all, James is dying. They are. I ordered it before. It works.
She ain't got her own packaging.
No, it's USPS packaging. And I know because when I was working as a contractor with California DMV as a title clerk, okay, when I would send out paperwork, we always went to the post office. They got the yellow envelopes and they got the little ones that say United States Post Office. So you put the to from and all of that. Priority mail, I believe. It wasn't even priority mail. It was just a yellow.
No, but that was first class back in them times. Yes.
Listen,
they don't have first class anymore. Well, I used to work for USPS. They don't have first class anymore. But yes, that is funny as hell. Yandy, come on now. You got all that damn money.
It's not even a special packaging. So I said,
Melody Holt, who, you know, at least she got her own packaging with her skincare line. Like, it is cute too. So
here's the thing with politics: while we want them to be people that are relatable, after people such as Donald Trump and Arnold Schwarzenegger for California. And I'm not talking about political parties. Please don't do that on this channel. Your comment will be ignored and deleted. This is not a place to discuss politics. But I feel like after some celebrities went and ran for office and succeeded and then fucked up their respective states and countries, just because you're well known and care doesn't always make you the best candidate. But what you can do with the prevalence that you have of being known is find someone who is a good candidate that people would vote for outside of the Love and Hip Hop crowd and go from there. Because I don't know that, I don't know. I wouldn't vote for Yandy, especially being that she's so new. If it was New York, maybe in Harlem, but in Atlanta, I'm just like, and then you want to run for office and you have to have a husband usually to do that. And if you don't have a husband, it's probably not good to be trying to give one of your eggs to your sister cousin and your man has a felony. And I have no issue with that, but the government trusts and believe.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to throw that on every ad campaign, every
even if it's not Yandy. You'll see them commercials that we see where they be getting at each other. I'm seeing them right now in California. Don't vote for Yandy Smith Harris. Yandy Smith Harris only changed last name to avoid marrying a man who has this much in back child support she was avoiding. His crimes involve fraud, criminal enterprise. Like, you know, like they really be coming for each other in politics. That's why
they do. And that's why I said that's the first thing. But that's what I thought of. I was like, ooh, man, DC's going to try that because you know somebody going to bring up the mug shots and talk about what he did. You know somebody's going to do that. That's why I'm like, no.
Do you want this lady
just as endorse somebody? Like,
even when, baby mamas?
Even when you endorse somebody, they try to say this person is being endorsed by Yandy Smith Harris, whose husband was. They do that too. This like, well, damn. Why y'all worried about where my endorsements come from? Child. As long as the money's legal, what you worried about?
Listen, they worry about it all. They worry about it all. I just can't see that when you, unfortunately, everything we do follows us. When you do stuff, for instance, like porn or OnlyFans, we're seeing people all over the internet losing their jobs because people see that they've done these things years ago. Well, politics is similar to that. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you we will see a commercial from Yandy's opponent showing up in sweatpants to a healing ritual center to fight one of the old baby mamas seasons ago, they're gonna be pulling clips from here like it's nobody's business. So
I'm telling you, it is not good. So I would just prefer her, just for the sanity of the people, to not watch and be reminded of why you don't need to be in politics. Just sit this one out, Andy. It's okay. Do your activism work. Being an activist is a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful thing to have on your title.
It is, because it shows that you care, and we know you're doing it from your heart. I also want Yandy to get her breasts redone because they don't move. So the next thing we're going to discuss is Carly Red and her man's teeth are at Carly's house discussing things. The reason I refer to this man as his teeth is because that's all I see. It's all I see. He got the thickest and whitest pair of dentures, whiter than my shirt, of dentures in his mouth, and it just bothered me. So they discussed his cheating and what she found in his phone. Because Carly, you want to know what a man's doing? Go through his phone. If I got to go through your phone, I'm going to dump you. That's how I feel. Ask Mr. Best. If I ever feel like I even have to go through it, that means something off.
To me, I feel like that's just so pointless. Like, if you want to know what he's doing, ask the question, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And if he lied to you, if that's not what he did, then make an assessment and leave. But, ladies, let me explain something to you, men too. Going through the phone is literally the lowest of the low, because that's supposed to be somebody's private sentiment.
Yeah.
If you have to question why you with that person, then you shouldn't be with that person.
Listen, you shouldn't have to go through the phone. If you just said to us in the scene before, he lies, hides his whereabouts. I mean, what else do you need? I don't need to see shit to understand why you're
right.
lying.
Like, yeah, if you're doing all that, then yeah, that's proof all within itself of you and I don't need to be together.
And his degree was classic, or his excuse was classic, to where my husband bust out and laughing, cracking up almost to tears. He said, yeah, well, I'ma still holler at other women because I don't know if me and you gonna work out. But I want to be a one-woman man. Why are you buying jewelry and doing the things that she found? Carly needs to run. She tried to run out the house. And his reaction to it gave me, and my husband pointed this out too, it seems like she probably knew that he was talking to other people. I feel like she knew and is doing all of this for the camera, or he talked to the wrong person to some extent, because he was so calm in telling her, and she was kind of calm too. And it just seems like this is what Carly does. Without this, how it's been interesting on the show.
She's full of shit. And that's why I said every season Carly does this, where she goes out there, she gets a man that ain't worth a damn, and then she come out here talking about, oh, he did me wrong. You get to crying on television. And then you see it this year just repeats the cycle the next season. We saw Life Jennings, Benzino. We didn't see Antonio Reed Jr. We didn't see Jeremiah. Like, how many times are you gonna put us? How many times you gonna put us through this? Now you got this
showing us the more rings you have and the more engagements. They were laughing about that. That's not a flex. It just shows us there's something wrong with you. Because why do you keep getting these rings and then it's not working out? So either you're difficult to be with, or you don't make the right choices and are impulsive when it comes to picking who you date. With Carly,
or you're determining. I think honestly, she's determining the men by the sex. She gives me that type of
so many men, and then you could use other options.
Because I really do. I know a woman like that she literally chooses the man based on the sex, and it was like, so you don't get to know him, you don't find out.
I just feel like Carly be dating who'll date her at this point, because no shade. When you behave a certain way or known for a certain thing, your reputation and things you do follows you. So I feel like it's followed her into her dating realm. That's what I'll say.
Well, damn.
Because it don't make no sense. I mean, like, girl, come on. Shit. Anywho, we did see Mama D. She is being honored on her birthday by Fulton County. They're going to make it Mama D Day for all the work and the positive that she does in the community. I really liked what she said after her speech, but during her speech, she thanked Erica Dixon. She also thanked Bambi so that no one was left out, which I think is brilliant. After I receive a cease and desist saying I can't see my grandkids, I'm going to show. I'm always willing to extend an olive branch, especially while I'm on camera. I also think that Mama D being honored for all the good she does in the community of the county and city that Bambi is trying to sue her in is going to make a problem, because what people don't understand, especially bitter exes, bitter moms, bitter baby mamas, what people don't understand is the court doesn't have the same bitterness that you do. The court doesn't have the same vengeance in their soul as you do. The court doesn't even have a soul. The court is about what you can prove without and beyond a shadow of doubt. Okay? That is how court works, y'all. And whether we like it or not, it's not always fair. And that's why there are at the same time so many miscarriages of justice. But when it comes to kids, and I learned this in school and learning about court cases with insight, a person has to be a danger to your child, not their child, not your child's blood, or sexually abusive, unstable. They have to do all of that for your child in order for them to be deemed unfit from your child's life. Grandparents' rights exist for a reason, because grandparents are important to kids. Love my grandma, love my Nana. I just do. She'll never watch this video, but love her. So grandparents are important. Bambi's not going to get anywhere. I think this case is either going to be dismissed, or I think it's going to go in a way that is going to piss off Bambi and Mama D, because it's going to put rules and things on their life. But Mama D being honored, she done offered you an olive branch and hella stuff publicly. I don't think she'll have much of a case. We did see Diamond. I don't even know why Diamond's here. We see Diamond come sit at the table, and she says to Mama D, I feel a way. I don't like that you didn't tell me or give me the heads up about extending an olive branch. Why does this lady need to give you an olive branch about doing something that's going to benefit her to see your grandchildren? Diamond, why aren't you on WeTV anymore? Where else can you be? Why are you here? I just want to know.
I feel like the more she's, because I didn't watch her on Growing Up Hip Hop, so I feel like that the more she's on Love and Hip Hop, the more ignorant she sounds, and I'm just like, why do I have to? Why Mona, Love and Hip Hop, VH1?
Hey, let me tell y'all this: you confident side chicks like Diamond, Scrap is not interested. It stated that actually in confessionals and things of that nature. You don't go to a man's mother, no matter how cool you are, how easy she is to talk to. You don't go to a man's mama and talk about how your son ate your ass and whatever else he might have ate. You don't do that. That's just so inappropriate. And then you're posting pictures of him online, which they showed, the little clips and stuff. Just because you a side piece don't mean you're going to keep that man, no matter how good the coochie is. You posting stuff, not knowing how to shut your mouth. If you are a side chick, play your fucking position before you end up like Diamond, talking to a man's mama at an event because he don't want to talk to you no more. That's all I'm saying. But Mama D's event was nice. What did you think of the event as a whole?
I also thought it was nice. I also thought that, one, it is an honorable thing to have a day named after you. I think that that is something, very well spoken. I do agree with you that the court's going to look at that and look at Bambi like, okay, she's an honorable member of society. She has one day. We would not give her. We would not give her this if we didn't feel she was worthy of having it. So, what is the problem with you? I don't. And the thing about, I'm not even touched on Diamond because I already said what I had to say about her. She just seems more ignorant every time I look at her on TV. But what I will say about this is that there is a part of me that feels like Scrappy does like the attention. And I think that that's why he hasn't really shut it. As much as he say he doesn't like the situation or her, I feel like he likes the attention.
Of course he likes the attention. People like attention. He's gonna go for it, but she just talks too much to Diamond Girl. As for Mama D, what I did like that she says simply too is, I don't talk about the charity I do, but I do have things going on. Those are the people I think are genuine in what they're doing and how they're giving back, because they're not hell-bent, no shade, Spice, by doing it on camera so that we can, see it. Moving it along, we see the cast who went to Kentucky State University, Yandy, Spice, Until Freedom. They speak about Breonna Taylor. We see her mother, Tamika Palmer, there. I I just like that her mom is still fighting for her daughter, and I think it's bullshit that Kentucky's taking so long to do the right thing. But Tamika Mallory did speaks up in front of everybody and says Yandy's thinking of running for office, and Mendeecees is surprised. And I know y'all probably want me to discuss it more and more, but they're not married. She likes to call him her husband. And usually the people are my husband this, my husband that, my husband this, my husband that. You're either newlyweds or you're not actually married. And in Yandy's case, she's not actually married. So I don't care that she doesn't communicate. Mendeecees is on camera. Oh, she wants to do all this stuff, the businesses, and now she also wants to be a councilwoman. Listen, I want her to go and do what councilwomen would do and leave this reality show. Maybe Yandy being a councilwoman is good. That's all I'm going to say on that. Is there anything you want to add on those two?
No.
I'm not doing it, y'all.
Yeah, I'm not doing it either because I feel like it's silly. Whenever they put the camera on him, I was like, oh, shit. Here we go. You ain't trying to just do stuff behind my back. I can't do it. I'm just looking at him like, oh, my God, just shut up.
And what you do behind your back, her back, that landed
right.
you for 7 years. Stop. I'm
I feel that saying. I'm like, man, look, you let Yandy do whatever the fuck she wanted. At least this is a good cause.
Right.
Yeah,
your
like
kids that you had with her and on her were taken care of because of her. Shut up, Mendeecees. That's how I feel. Now, when it comes to making kids, the baby situation, that's different because it's legit. But okay, your woman wants another job.
I don't see the problem. I don't see the complication. I don't see the complication.
Crazy.
I probably feel like that's Judy in his ear. I do a lot. I feel like a lot of the things that's going on, I feel like it's Judy in his ear, talking to and seeing to me. And that's once again, this is why I really don't care for that lady, because I feel like she's putting all this in his ear, making him say, Yandy doing this. She just want to do what she want to do. It's like, she has the freedom because she's earned the freedom that she has. She's making the money. She put him on. I didn't know who Mendeecees was before the show.
Didn't care.
I knew Yandy, but I didn't know Mendeecees. So come on, we're not gonna play like this. So that's why I say anything that is she wants to do, let her do it. And I tell a lot of men, let women do what they want to do. They're either gonna surpass and thrive, or they're gonna fall on their ass. One of the two is gonna happen.
Yeah, but they also the three. Either way, they're gonna do it. So just let her. But moving along, we did see Mozzie and Emmy Luciani. They go to interview with Jock's Morning Show. It's a radio show in Atlanta. Everything goes okay with the interview. I didn't understand why they were being interviewed. I don't think people really know them outside of being on Love and Hip Hop, but hey, it is what it is. We find out Mozzie has a daughter. He didn't know about this daughter. The daughter is 6 or 7 years old, and Amy confronts him after they talk about their relationship in front of Jock. Jock walks away like, I don't need to hear all of that, which he has some nerve considering all the mess he got. But the issue is not just the daughter that was had. Mozzie had the little girl move in with he and Amy, and the girl's mother, so that he could make up for lost time, was okay with that. I have so many questions. I'm sure we'll get them with time, but now I'm starting to understand why Amy's family does not like this man. Because if y'all was supposed to be together for 9 years and he has a 6 to 7 year old child, then that means that during the time that you guys were together, he conceived or cheated on you and made the baby with somebody else. He did not know of the child and found out now later, but which is probably because the chick was like, wait a minute, that's who his ex is. But it's a little shady and things are starting to make sense. That's all I can really say on it.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised, not one bit. And because when you think about what she likes, you know what I automatically thought about when he said, well, I had this whole kid situation? I immediately thought about Chaotic and how they are very similar. It's that one's over the top and one is very secretive and sneaky.
Yep.
But they both have the same ways. They're just opposite in personality.
They do it differently. One gonna be quiet about it, one gonna make you laugh through it. And that's that.
And that's the problem, is that she likes men who live on edge. And sometimes that is appealing. I get why a lot of women like that. But you have to understand it comes with a lot of risk. when you like men who like to live on edge like that. The fact that you can roll around, just be free willy, you're supposed to be in this relationship with this woman, and then you have a whole baby and not even say anything or not know for 6 years that you got a baby around. I could believe the story, but what's unbelievable about it is the fact that that lady would be so comfortable to let her daughter live with you and Amy like that, just so you can get to know her.
Ain't no mom. If it was a little boy,
Yeah,
maybe, but
there's something not right about this. There's something not right about this. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I hate to be the Debbie Downer because that is a beautiful thing that he wants to take his daughter in, but at the same time, I know our color folks. And I know that this on regular life and day does not happen like this. So this makes me feel like he knew about the baby and just ignored the mama.
It comes back to, we're not about to praise this man for doing the right thing.
Yeah, because something with the story don't sound right.
Stupid. I'm sorry, the conception do matter. It was fucking stupid. From the timeline, it looked like he had somebody and shouldn't have been sleeping with nobody to even be a risk of making a kid. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But separate from him, if Amy's going to have success, let's say this doesn't work in another relationship, you have to tell your family to mind their business. You have to place those clear boundaries. Talk to them, allow them to vent, but they don't need to be, I don't respect you. I don't. Learn how to hear from your loved ones what they say and then not disrespect the person that they choose.
Right, because as much as they say, I don't have to respect them, you also don't have to live with them either. I do. So therefore, so at the same time, you can say all of that, but this is who I live, share my life, my bed, my bills, everything with. So until he does something to you that disrespects your honor, pride, and dignity, then I'm going to be fine over here. That's how I look at that. I'm sorry. Because a lot of people let their families, particularly their parents, dictate who you date based on something that they don't like. And I think that is so unfair. Because at the end of the day, you got to marry who you want to marry before you brought me into this world. So you need to allow me that same grace. And if the relationship is going to get fucked up somewhere down the line, you need to let me figure that out. If he's fucked up, you need to let me figure that out. Because what she's going to do is she's going to continue, if she listens to her family, she's going to continue to pick men that are like this. You need to let her fall on her ass and see that he ain't about shit. And until she does, yes.
It's gonna be, listen, I definitely agree with that. Amy, we'll see, y'all. That's what we'll say for now. Moving along to the last scene of the show, Bambi and Mama D finally do meet up to talk. Bambi starts to talk, says she feels that Mama D has dragged her name through the mud. Bambi says she said nothing bad about Scrappy. Bambi, I'm going to need you and your hooves to be accountable. You have done nothing but drag this man for multiple seasons. Even prior to you filing for divorce, she got dragged online when Scrap was having an emotional moment about his mom when they weren't speaking, because she makes it seem like the cheating is the only reason they're divorced. But you might have been headed that direction anyway, because he was already expressing his extreme disdain and unhappiness with you and for you. So I just feel like Bambi's not accountable. Mama D gets offended when Bambi starts mentioning Scrap wasn't paying his half of the bills and things like that. You had no problem with it, though, when you were married. So I feel like Bambi this whole time, her and Erica Mena, and I said this last season in my recaps, they literally were just trashing their baby daddies. Like their kids can't watch this one day and feel away. You know, you may feel away with your baby daddy, but that's the father of your children. So one day they may feel offended at what you say. And
my thing is this, and I know I'm about to be fucked up for saying this, but if that's what he was doing, then why would you accept it? If he couldn't pay his half of the bills, why would you just accept it? Because it seems like he was doing it for quite some time, and you just allowed it to happen. When I tell you everything will be out on the fucking street, and I would have my own shit. There's no way, because to me, if you're putting all of the financial woes on me when you come up short, that means somewhere down the line, you're going to put us in a predicament that we can't get ourselves out of. That means you're reckless with money. And to see, now, there's a part of me that feels like I don't 100% believe her, because after he left you, he was able to go buy his own house.
I don't believe her either. And credit repair, it's not something you can just change overnight. It really
Overnight, that
does take
takes months, almost years, like
Yeah.
depending on how long your credit go back. That's why I said I don't 100%, but it sounded like to me all the bills were in her name, and depending on whether he wanted to act right or not, because some tells me she has put him out. He went to go stay over at Mama D house, and he felt like he had to pay the bills because he wasn't living there. And then he would come back home. And that's what it feels like to me. I could be wrong.
I guarantee that's what's happening. Bambi's manipulative and has played a victim role for months. I'm not saying that Scrappy didn't do things to contribute to the relationship ending, but
Right.
Bambi's never admitted that she's done something to contribute to it ending. Our marriage ended because he cheated. Our marriage ended because this. He doesn't do this. She tries to make him seem like a bad dad and all this stuff, but he picks up his kids. He shows up. He fought for them in court. Man couldn't pay a bill, but figured out how to find a lawyer to keep his kids. So I you know, Scrappy may suck in a lot of ways, but it seems like as a parent, he does make the effort to be there for his kids. And Bambi kept bringing up in the conversation with Mama D stuff. Now, Mama D is offended when Bambi saying negative stuff about Scrappy because she is. This is not the person you can talk shit about Scrappy to. This is his mother.
Mama,
she
yeah,
created
like
him.
that.
So when you're saying this, she's taking offense to it. And in addition to that, no one wants to hear somebody they care about spoken about constantly negatively. And Mama D then once again brings up the college degree. And Bambi pulls out a degree, which did look fake. I recently attained a college degree. They do not usually look that damn big and all of that. Now, I don't doubt that Bambi has a degree. She probably does have a college degree, but the one that she presented Mama D with was not the actual college degree, in my opinion. I would not, if you have an ounce of sense, you're not going to give your college degree to Mama D while she's mad at you. You're just not going to do it. So Mama D rips up the degree, and then Bambi lunges at her like, I'll smack the shit out of you. Boom, lost her case. And after security, you know, calms him down and stuff, Bambi then asked Mama D, why did you even come here? And Mama D said, I came here because of my grandkids. And Bambi said, okay, well, do you understand that, you know, the kids, like your son and what he did, she couldn't even say anything to it. And I said, why do you keep bringing up these kids or bringing up Scrappy in relation to these kids seeing their grandmother? He does not have anything to do with that. He is not stopping that from happening. What if he went to court and stopped your mama from seeing the kids when she was in Mama D's house because your mom was getting off the drugs and shit? What if he went and said, well, look, this grandparent can't even attain her own housing, was a crackhead for many fucking years. Bam is fucked up because we're two, and she was disrespecting my mom and not there for our kids a couple seasons ago. I remember that. So Bambi's not accountable at all. I'm not even mad at Mama D because when you lunge at somebody, you're now threatening them. Mama D, play it safe. I'm glad she allowed security to keep her back and didn't do too much. But if Mama D is smart, I'd be subpoenaing the fuck out of MTV VH1 right now. I want this footage. She says I'm crazy. And she said in that lawyers meeting a few weeks ago, I don't feel safe. I feel threatened by Mama D. But she is the one that stood up and lunged at her because she ripped up a piece of paper that she printed off the internet. Listen, Bambi has lost her case. Any judge that says you can't see your grandkids, Mama D is not safe. Mama D is fine. Mama D does bullshit, but she ain't done nothing to no kids. She's giving back to kids in Atlanta, and she wants to care for her grandkids and tries. And it seems like Mama D was there for you to babysit and watch your kids a lot of times when you and Scrappy were good. So now suddenly she's not a good grandmother because you're mad at her son and you don't like that she's going to defend her child. Bambi, Adiz, you and your hooves need to grow the fuck up. Has nothing to do with Scrappy. Let them kids see their grandmother. Please. That's how I feel. How do you feel about their little interaction?
It was immature and childish on Bambi's side, and I felt like Mama D just played her. And I can't wait to see how this court case plays out, if it even goes to trial. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna, I think it's gonna get dismissed. I don't think that, because Bambi's obviously a good parent. I don't like her. I think that she's definitely a bitter ex. and is using her kids as a shield, but they have food, they have water, they have the things that they need. I don't think she's a bad parent. Mama D does what she does. I don't think she's a bad grandparent. And essentially, the court is not there to determine who's crazy and who's not. They're there to determine if you guys are good or bad for these kids, and neither of you are bad for the kids. So I foresee the case getting dismissed. And if it happens, then Bambi's going to look even more foul and even stupider because you did all of this, paid court fees, and this lady will now never forgive it. If there was any ever hope of making things better, it would be before you went to court. Once you go to court and the judge rules on this situation, if I was Mama D, I would never deal with her again. And I'd be
Me either. Like it would suck because the grandchildren, you're gonna want to make sure you make football practice, basketball practice, ballet recitals and stuff, because those are pivotal moments in a child's life to remember that their grandmother was present throughout all these times. But at the same time, when the mama makes things difficult, it's going to be hard for that to really happen. And I just hope that Bambi is prepared for that. I hope you're prepared to tell your children why you made the hard decision to alienate their grandmother from them. I just hope you're prepared for that.
Yeah, because Bambi's mama, I don't think her mama's the most reliable. It seems like Bambi's mom expects Bambi to pay for everything, get her life in order. I want somebody who's going to keep themselves stable. And Mama D also has had the same house for some time. So we will see what happens with it. I really don't like that they're doing it. I understand Bambi's frustration because Mama D has come for Bambi on the internet.
Absolutely. We're not dismissing that. Yeah, we're nobody's dismissing
she's
that.
Never brought up Bambi's parenting. She's not coming for the kids. She's not doing that. So I'm not saying that Mama D's innocent either, but I just wish it didn't get to a point where they almost tried to kill each other. But for the sake of the kids. But that is it for this episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, titled Days of Our Lives. This was episode 23 of season 11 or 12, whichever the fuck. I just put what the TV say, y'all. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Our next recap will be today. I will be going over the 90 Day The Single Life recap for my TLC 90 Day Fiancé fans. And then we will have more to come. At midnight, we'll have music reaction and bands. I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. We have a lot going on. Subscribe to James's channel as well. I just noticed the link has not been in the description of my Atlanta videos. It is now in the description of these videos. We appreciate everybody.
Absolutely. Appreciate everybody. We appreciate your views, appreciate your content, Got a whole new subscriber who's active in the chat and my chats on my videos, and we appreciate her. Hopefully she made her way to your channel to subscribe. And yes, thank you guys for having me.
All right, you guys. So you've heard from a renowned author, and now we end it. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. Adios.